Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. I hope everyone's doing well today and staying safe. So, I kind of want to go over a few things. And the first thing has to deal with radio controlled atomic talking products. So, I've done my review on most of them that sound like this. For example,
9:51 p.m.
The time is 9:51 p.m. The temperature is 73 degrees.
9:51 p.m.
The time is now 9:52 p.m.
there you go.
9:52 p.m.
Yeah, they're all updated. Ow. Frick. Okay. Don't mind me. I've been dealing with a messed up ankle since last year when I was running and I flipped into a ditch and hasn't been the same since. But I still run on it. In fact, the other day I did a 5K on it. I'm very impressed with it. But anyway, that's not the point of this video. So, my thing about radio controlled talking clocks are they're great, okay? Well, Time Vocalist came out with another product. And if you haven't seen it, I've had it for a while.
It's now 9:53 in the evening.
I'll let you look at it.
It's now 9:53 in the evening.
I don't even know what the hell it aimed at. So, that's how small this joker is. It's got a, I'm going to describe it to you. It's got a battery compartment you flip open, like so. There are two AAA batteries with 53% left. You got one button that does, you got two buttons and a slide.
Alarm off. Alarm on.
Alarm off and alarm on.
Language setting.
Ethan speaking.
Ava speaking.
Ethan speaking.
Ava speaking. Hour setting 9 in the evening. It's now 9:55 in the evening. Today is Sunday, June 1st, 2025. It's now 9. Today is Sunday, June 1st, 2025. It's now 9. Today is Sunday, June 1st, 2025.
There you go. But that's also something really unique. I don't have this other thing with me, but I've been compelled to do a video. They also have a, that's right, Atomic Talking Smartwatch by Time or by Five Senses, which is sold by Time Chant, which you can find on Amazon for $37.99 or $39.99, depending on what they have. Now, here's my comparison between the radio controlled and this other clock by Time Vocalist. So let's tackle the radio controlled atomic talking watches and clocks. So let's go for radio controlled products. They use a time signal at 3 a.m. by the NIST near Fort Collins, Colorado. They pick up the 40 kilohertz unless you're in Japan. So some of you guys watch this user. He goes by RML695. I watch his videos a lot on radio controlled talking watches. The one that is a radio controlled talking clock and such. And I've also watched Gallagher 123123. I watched a few people. More like I listened to them because I also, just like them, happen to be visually impaired. On top of all of that, I kind of do my own thing. I don't piggyback off of what they do to a degree because some of them are more advanced and do stuff, and I try to do one thing on one device and can't upload it on that device, so I have to use another one and actually improvise. So what we do in that case is just improvise. How great. Well, I'm here to do a comparison of talking about time signals, or how to change time zones. Now I'm going to describe for the Ryzen radio controlled analog talking clock. You have your S1, which is your talk button, S2, which is your alarm button to turn it on and off. No, to set the alarm and hear the alarm time. S3 is the alarm on and off, or the minute button for the alarm. S4 is your volume switch, high, medium, low, and off. S5 is wave, which when you press that, it searches for a radio signal. S6 is reset. S7 and 8 are your time setting. S9 and 10 are your different flipping from time zone to time zone. and setting for daylight savings time. I do not know why they have 10 buttons for everything when the radio controlled digital ones that I have less than that. There's no daylight savings time switch because it does it automatically. Well, guys, here's where I'm proud to say about this ordeal. I've had a problem with getting my clocks to update during daylight savings time. It would say USA time updated and still be at the time that it would be at for Eastern Daylight. The digital ones would do slightly better than the radio controlled ones. But now let's talk about the radio controlled smart atomic talking watch. This app is controlled through the 5 Senses app and is accessible for the visually impaired or blind to use. When you press the talk button to hear the time, it'll tell you the time. Press again, it'll say the date is, or today is Saturday, July 20s, 6 instead of 20. 6. Press again to hear the year. Year 2000 and whatever the year it would be. When you go into the app or press the next button to connect your watch to your phone, it'll set everything for you, including the hands. This one is via Bluetooth connection, and Bluetooth is required to set the watch. The Time Vocalist clock you can find on Amazon for $21.99. I got this one off of Walmart for the same price. It's a button clock, it's round, it takes 2 AAA batteries, and there's no screwdriver hole, which is good. You stick your thumb in, the nail is a little sharp, but not enough to break it, pull it out, or pull it up, and set. The best way to do this is to put the cover in your pocket so you don't lose it. Take 2 fully charged rechargeable or non-rechargeable AAA batteries, place them in the clock, go to the Time Vocalist app, search for the name of the clock. After you hit add or something, I haven't done this in a while, so I gotta play with it when the clock dies. There's somebody on YouTube who has this same clock. So if he needs to put anything in the comments, he can do that. The next thing would be, okay, what's the difference between those? So the Time Vocalist one is Bluetooth controlled. That's right. It is not, it is technically radio controlled because Bluetooth is a type of radio signal that is being transmitted from your phone. The Bluetooth, I'm not saying a Bluetooth connection is stronger than a radio signal connection, but notice with what I said, the only time zones you have to worry about is what your phone is set to. This thing runs off of your phone. So, what's the difference between a radio controlled and a phone controlled talking clock and watch? Easy. When you move time zones, on your watch, you have to press and hold, if you have the 4-button model, the 8 o'clock button until you hear set alarm. Like RML calls it, a domestic watch, which means it has all 4 time zones. Versus 6 time zones, you can select. You press and hold till you hear time zone setting or global signal selection only when you visit these countries. Press the 10 o'clock button, press the 2 o'clock button until you get to the desired time zone, and then you have to keep selecting that again, and it takes about 2 out of 3/3 of your watch battery and or clock battery, or the C batteries, AA batteries, or AAA batteries, depending. You press confirm, that's it, finito. But with the second hand on, the watch starts spinning for about 25 or 30 minutes to go forward a certain amount of hours and then go back, and then continue doing that when it's having to go back and forward to daylight savings time, which eventually will kill your battery. With the Atomic Talking smartwatch, why it's called smart, because it connects to your phone. Notice you don't see a time signal. It doesn't say USA time updated. It doesn't say synchronized. It'll say on your phone synchronized when you press the synchronize button. Or such. You get 8 different alarms and reminders. On the Time Vocalist, you get 20 different alarms, plus you get to check your battery level on there. There's an unlabeled button. Click out of the device, click into the device, click on the unlabeled button, which will say gears or something involving with settings. Double tap that, swipe until you hear battery, swipe again, and you'll hear, for an example, mine is saying it's at 53%. It's on the device that I'm recording, so I can't show you guys. But other than that, yeah. When you synchronize the clock with your phone by opening the app, it'll change the time zone for you, and it'll say on your phone, for an example, if you're switching, let's say you're going to Colorado. And let's say you live in New Jersey and you move to Colorado. It would be mountain time, so that would be 2 hours back. So for an example, computer, what time is it?
It's 10:11 p.m.
It's 10:11 p.m. It would go back 2 hours just like that. Your watch, the smart talking atomic watch, will spin the hands. They don't make a digital version of this, I don't think, and they should. So what do I recommend, guys? The Time Vocalist talking clock. If you need a watch on your wrist and you don't want to spend $300 or $400 for a fancy Apple Watch, I recommend one of the Atomic Talking smartwatches, or if those break more, go for an Atomic Talking watch with any fitting of band that fits your wrist. But a radio controlled Atomic Talking clock. I recommend radio controlled stuff. You don't have to worry about setting it. But if you don't have any time zones, because some may not support Hawaii or Alaska, but Hawaii and Alaska do not get time zones out there or radio signals from what I heard. But there is a workaround, and that is called the Atomic Talking smartwatch and Time Vocalist talking clock. Your phone is its radio signal. And as long as you are good to go and your phone adjusts 100% of the time, no matter where you are, your devices will be correct. I just wanted to point out there. So those are my thoughts and reviews on the difference between radio controlled and Bluetooth controlled talking products. And I call it Bluetooth controlled because it is controlled with Bluetooth. Stay safe, have fun, and take care.